It's Derby Day in the Northeast for the third match week in a row. Men's Championship as Durham hosts Sunderland in the River Wear Derby clash. Durham had the weekend off 7 days ago, so their last outing was a 1-0 victory at Newcastle. Lambert's late goal gave them a 1-0 win over one of their northeast rivals. Sunderland were last in action last Sunday. That was also at Newcastle, as a new record for an attendance at a championship fixture was set at the Stadium of Light. There was a double from Beth Lunsden that was enough to secure their opponents a 2-1 victory. Let's take a look at the two teams then, starting with Durham, who are unchanged from that 1-0 win over Newcastle 2 weeks ago. Lauren Briggs and Molly Lambert both had spells with Sunderland. Lily Crossthwaite has scored 3 goals in 5 league appearances. As for Sunderland, Mel Ray makes one change from their loss against Newcastle 7 days ago. Megan Beer makes her first start of the campaign. Jess Brown drops out of the side. Eleanor Dale is still waiting for her first goal since joining from Everton in the summer. She could get on the score sheet against her former side. Conditions are less than favourable here at Maiden Castle. It is wet and windy. The rain falling down. The referee for the match is Jane Sims. Luckily, with this artificial pitch, there are no issues with the surface, but there has been an awful lot of rain in this part of the UK. It had it been a grass surface, we may have had a pitch inspection, but looks as if it's going to be all good. But particularly with the swirling wind, is going to make it very difficult for the teams who are going to have to be extra careful with any high balls. Of course, it was an excellent season for Sunderland last year. They were in the promotion race right up until the death, missing out eventually. It's not been the start to this campaign. Mel Ray was hoping, though, for Durham. Well, 4 wins out of 5 sees them right up there, challenging at the top end of the table. They're hoping to maintain their unbeaten home record with a victory against one of their local rivals. Final few checks just being done by Jane Sims. But the players are ready. And the players take the knee in solidarity against all forms of discrimination. And we are underway in the River Wear derby. Durham against Sunderland here at Maiden Castle. Durham in their home kits of all blue for those unfamiliar. Of course, Sunderland in their traditional red and white stripes. First effort coming from Eleanor Dale. Saunders with the kick forward. Controlled by Crothwaite. Now Air. Inside to Heppel. You can see on the camera just how wet it is. That's a good ball forward. Here's Crothwaite. It's laid to the edge of the area and played across, and that's an excellent chance from the edge of the 6-yard box that missed by Lambert. Worked into the box. And Molly Lambert running onto it. Probably should have hit the target. Demi Lamborn sends it forward. Collected by Blake. Blake gets it back for Durham. Lovely footwork by her, but the through ball had too much on it. And when you compare the two sides, Durham are a side that are full of experienced players. They have a great blend of experience and youth. That was good sweeping by Saunders, who came out to the edge of her area, made a decision early, got to the ball before Dale. Bounces out also off of Crothwaite for a throw to Sunderland. Goddard did well with her first touch. Sunderland yet to win on the road in this campaign. They'd love to pick up their first victory here at one of their local rivals. Ball is fired for, controlled by Lambert.
Get in!
Apologies for any sound issues. As you can see, the weather causing a few problems at Durham, who are on the attack here. As the ball is played into the edge of the area and it's fired in. Hannah Blake side-footing it in, and Durham take the lead. She goes off to celebrate with the substitutes. It was nicely teed up for her. As it was fired into Lambert on the penalty spot, and Blake was there to side foot in. Second goal of the campaign for Hannah Blake. And Durham take a lead inside 10 minutes. How will Sunderland respond to falling behind? And that will be a free kick as Johns was bundled over. That's it. Sliding interception from Wilson. Of course, everyone else in the championship pretty much yet to play across this game week, but a win here would take Durham to the top of the table. As now a chance for Kitching to break forward for Sunderland. Played out down their right-hand side, and it's into Kitching, and it's cleared off the line. Super defending. That is brilliant defending on the line from Sarah Wilson. Sunderland thought they'd levelled it. The referee has just spotted some pushing and shoving in the penalty area. Now the ball is played in, it's a low one. Going towards Jenna Deere. Bounced all the way. Who is it? Again, it was Sarah Wilson who was there to clear it away. Well, the corner was a decent delivery. Dale made the initial contact. She feels that she needs that first goal, Eleanor Dale. Here's Dale. Free kick given. Of course, Sunderland have a decent recent record against Durham. They came out on top in a 5-3 thriller back in March. The last meeting here was a 1-0 win. Kitchen got the goal on that occasion. Stapleton will take this free kick.
Concentrate!
Launched high up towards the edge of the area. Dealt with by the Durham defenders. That will be a free kick. Well, both teams have had chances in the opening 15 minutes, but it's Durham that have the lead. Hannah Blake's goal, the difference between the two sides. Saunders launches it long. Wilson with the challenge. Goes up for a Durham throw. Briggs will take it. Fired down the line, but there was too much on it. Lambourne sends it long. Flicked on by Dale. McAteer gives chase, but it's well swept up at the back. Crossthwaite with a good run, and she did well to initially keep hold of possession, but Sunderland win it back. Kitching. McAteer wins the throw. It's been a good response by Sunderland to falling behind. Seeing a lot of the ball. They had that chance that was cleared off the line. There was under pressure. Almost got caught. Played forward by again. Dale having the snapshot, failing to hit the target.
Keep dropping, Hannah, drop you the deepest one, huh? Switch on, switch on.
McAteer. Big challenge from Lambert. McAteer felt that one, but her team is still in possession. Here is Kitching. Sends it to Fenton, and it will be a Sunderland throw. McAteer just needs a bit of treatment. This means there'll be a stoppage in play. Wales international. I wonder if she just got winded more than anything in that heavy challenge. Play can continue. McAteer, I think, is going to be okay. And that will be a yellow card for Natasha Fenton. Confirmation that Natasha Fenton has gone into the book for a third time this season, the Sunderland skipper. As the free kick is launched into the box off the short one, and there was a foul in there. Lambourne being told to take the ball back into her penalty area. Not been the easiest of starts to life as a Sunderland player for the goalkeeper Demi Lambourne, since joining from Crystal Palace. Only one clean sheet. 14 goals conceded so far, including the one this afternoon. Scott battling, and it's come back to Emily Scott. Loose touch by Gemma Deere. good ball down the line to pick out the run of Lambert, but it was well defended. Grace Air will take this throw for Durham. Now she sends it into the box. And where will it bounce? It bounced to Novak, who got the shot away, but it was comfortably dealt with by Lambourne. Novak, the Canadian international, still looking for her first goal of the season. Durham on the attack again. As the strike from range forces a good save from Lambourne. Johns had time to pick her placement on the shot, sent it into the far corner, and Lambourne did well to scramble down to her right and turn it behind. Durham corner though. Beth Heppel will take. It's a high one that is headed back across the penalty area by Briggs, and Sunderland have enough players back to scramble it clear. It's the right tactic though with this swirling wind to get the ball high into the sky. Make it awkward for defenders. Is aimed in, and this time Lambourne watches it well and comes over the head of Johns. A challenge by Air.
Give half a yard and tuck Kai in, just in that little pocket. Kai! Just keep an eye left shoulder on that passing leg.
Flick forward by Kitching, but flick straight out of play. Air with the throw. And she'll get it back, Grace Air. She was fouled as Stapleton went in for the challenge. Already made over 60 appearances, Grace Air, despite being just 22 years of age. England under 23 international. Heppel will take this free kick. It's worked one down the line. Crossthwaite's ball in. And will it fall for Blake? No, the shot will come from Johns, and it was blocked well. And Sunderland scramble it clear. This is a good spell for Durham. In play by Novak, who still has it. Excellent work from her. Novak drills the ball across the edge of the penalty area. Cleared away by Jenna Deere. The ball goes out. It will be a Sunderland ball.
Pick up!
was it a free kick that was given for the challenge after the pass was played?
Pick up! Pick up! To the back! Becky! To the pick up! Pick up! Pick up!
This is going to be a high one that's launched into the penalty area, and it's headed by Goddard. Scrambled away by Heppel. Back. The break is on here for Durham. It's a good ball into the feet of Johns. Now Briggs. Lay to the edge of the area. Heppel onto Crothwaite, who fires it across the 6-yard box. And there were enough red and white shirts there for Sunderland to deal with the ball into the box. And then the foul was given. They committed so many players forward for the free kick, Sunderland. They were susceptible to the break, and Durham played it well. As the wind and rain continues to swirl. Bourne's kick was flicked on. Is able to play it down the line. It's well done by Carly Johns. And Crothwaite gives away the free kick. Sliding in on Natasha Fenton. Stapleton will launch this forward for Sunderland. Cleared away by Briggs on that far side. One back though. Beer plays it forward. Saliki cleared it away, and the foul's being given, and a penalty. Well, Jane Sims had no hesitation in pointing to the spot. The Durham players can't believe it's been given. And Becky Saliki can't believe it's been given. The bouncing ball, I think it was for a handball. Be interesting to see it again. But this, a massive opportunity for Eleanor Dale to get her first goal for Sunderland against her former side from the penalty spot. Dale against Saunders. Eleanor Dale being made to wait. She steps up and smashes it in. And Sunderland are level from the penalty spot. Eleanor Dale with her first goal in the red and white stripes. And it comes against one of her former clubs. There'll be plenty of debate about the penalty award, but Dale made the most of it, and it's 1-1 in the derby. Well, they have had a number of good opportunities, Sunderland, but that penalty award looked soft to me. Durham with a chance to respond straight away with this free kick. Apple takes. It's a good delivery and an excellent chance for Crothway, who had a free header. And now there's a bit of pushing and shoving in the box with Becky Saliki. Clearly she's still unhappy with that penalty award, and there is some work for the referee to do just to calm things down here. Well, Saliki being spoken to, Megan Beer also being spoken to by the official. She just needs to take the heat out of this for a moment or so. That was a big chance though for Lily Crothway. An unmarked header on the edge of the 6-yard box, and you can see how windy it is. The rain stopped at the moment, but Demi Lambourne struggling to get the ball to keep still on this artificial turf. With the throw. She gets it back, Grace Eyre. Challenge goes in from Fenton. There's throw again. Just gets onto the return ball. Saliki. The ball launched into the box by Wilson, but has too much on it. It is a wind that is blowing in the direction of the Sunderland goal, so whether that will make things a little bit easier for the visitors in the second half, we'll have to wait and see. McAteer flicks it on. It's cleared away by Briggs, but it will be kept alive by Kitching. He fires it against Briggs, and that will be a corner for Sunderland. Will be Katie Kitching that will take it. High corner, and was onto the head of Jessie Staple. Just wasn't able to direct the header on target. I'm sure Durham will feel aggrieved with the penalty decision, but they have responded pretty well. Had that big opportunity to equalise, with to go back in front rather, with Crothway. Edie with the throw. Now this could be a long throw. No, instead it's taken short into the feet of Dale. Picked up by Edie. Now McAteer. Twisting and turning, and she wins the corner. Mary McAteer. Can one of these two sides get a goal that would give them the lead at half-time? Corners into the front post, it was cleared away. Kitching with another opportunity to put it into the box, and wasn't dealt with well by Saunders, and a bit of a goal-mouth scramble. Eventually it's cleared away. But the goalkeeper came out, made the decision to punch it, and it wasn't convincing at all. Here. Kitching plays it central. Ball played over the top. It's Kitching who gives chase, and she's done well to get onto it, and she's found McAteer. McAteer with the ball into the box. Saunders gathers it comfortably. Here's Sarah Wilson. One of the club's longest serving players, having joined in 2014, Sarah Wilson. McAteer. Played forward by Kitching, but there's too much on it. What I am sure is that the players will appreciate the break at half-time just to get out of the elements for a bit. McAteer plays the 1-2 with Venton. McAteer's cross towards the edge of the box is easily cleared, and now the chance break for Durham. As it's worked out to Novak, who just couldn't keep it in play. We've seen that on a few occasions, and I think it's just the strength of the wind that means that a normal through ball that would be good has too much on it and is rolling out of play. And Lambert could not believe that that didn't reach its intended target. It's well controlled by Clothwaite. Cleared away by Goddard. Silicki. Now Air. Wilson. Silicki. Sarah Wilson. A minimum of 3 minutes of added time to be played at the end of this first half. think on the balance of play, 1-1 is probably about fair. Durham have had more clear-cut opportunities, but Sunderland have had a fair share of the possession and some decent chances themselves. Sends it long. Just rolls off the boot of Heppel, but it rolls to a teammate. Here's Lambert. Novak. Gives it back to Molly Lambert. It took a touch though, and it will be a Durham throw. Can they create one last opportunity at the end of this first half? Launched into the penalty area. It's headed away by Goddard. Here's that. Silicki. Well swept up by Grace there, but she was put under pressure by Emily Scarr, and it is a Sunderland throw, and it's the visitors that might have the final chance of the half here. Here's Kitching. And that's deflected out, and it's a corner. This will be the last chance of the half. Saint towards Goddard, and well, it did find a target. It was volleyed over the crossbar by Natasha Fenton. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, difficult conditions, a difficult game for both sides. It's level at the break. Hannah Blake gave Durham the lead after 10 minutes, but Eleanor Dale's penalty levelled it up, and it means at half-time it's Durham 1, Sunderland 1. Welcome back to Castle Park. It is 1-1 in this River Wear derby clash in the Women's Championship between Durham and Sunderland. Both teams hoping they can push on to a victory. Remember, a win for Durham would mean that they move to the top of the championship table, though there are, of course, plenty of fixtures to be played today. But Hannah Blake's goal for them was responded to by Eleanor Dale's penalty. And is that some sunshine coming out? The conditions have been terrible throughout the day so far here, but the sun trying to break through after what has been a wet and windy afternoon so far in the northeast. Both teams in a huddle. Big 45 minutes of football coming up. Sunderland looking for their first victory on the road in this campaign. It was a pretty even first 45. Durham had more of the clear-cut opportunities, but Sunderland had good chances themselves. And it's Durham that will get this second half underway. always goals when these two teams meet. That's been proven already today, but the last meeting was a 5-3 thriller. See if we end up with something like that. Here's McAteer. Cross is blocked, but she'll get another opportunity to play it into the box. Briggs is forced to clear it, and that will be a Sunderland corner and an opportunity for the visitors right at the start of this second half. Shouts from Adam Furness and Lee Sanders for their team to head the ball on first contact, and it is met by Briggs. And it's put back into the box by Scar, but it goes into the side netting. They do continue to really punch above their weight, Durham, as one of the few sides that are not affiliated with a top men's club. Durham and London City Lionesses, the two that are unaffiliated in the Women's Championship. And with the investment into some of the clubs, it does mean it's more and more difficult to compete. But both doing well so far this season and at the right end of the Women's Championship table. Briggs takes the throw into the feet of the goal scorer, Hannah Blake. It's cleared forward by Fenton. McAteer. Her cross is flicked goalwards by Dale, but it's easily gathered by Saunders, who bowls it out and tries to get Novak on the run, but she was held up. Surely that was a push into the back of Goddard. It was. Carly Johns is penalised. Goddard back to her feet.
Nearly sounds like an appeal for a yellow. Come on out, come on with him, come in, Mary, come on! Higher top, second balls. What's going on, Lassie?
Towering 6 foot plus central defender Amy Goddard. Ball is flicked on by Kitching. Scar trying to play. Sunderland throw. Now the cross put into the penalty area. It's headed away by Salicki. Fenton heads it down and it's driven across the 6-yard box. Where will it fall? It's put in. It's Mary McAteer who was there to pick up the pieces, and Sunderland have come from behind to lead. It was a good low ball that was fired across the box, and McAteer was the quickest to react to the loose ball around the 6-yard box. And the Wales international gets her first championship goal of the campaign, and Sunderland lead 2-1. Wasn't the prettiest of goals, but Sunderland won't care about that. And Durham will have to come from behind now, having given away that 1-0 lead. Scored as well to keep hold of possession. Saliki will just shield the through ball out though. Sunderland hoping to get their first victory since the 29th of September, and they got off the mark for the season against the London City Lionesses. Since then, they have tasted victory against Sheffield United in the League Cup, and they played out a thrilling 3-3 draw against Charlton. They gave up a 3-1 lead in the last 10 minutes, and they had that 2-1 defeat last weekend against Newcastle. Here's Briggs. Should be dealt with by Goddard, and it is. She just takes no chances and clears it away. Durham on a 3-winning run in all competitions coming into this match. The ball is put in and it was headed towards goal, and there's a real scramble, and Lambourne is thankful to get hold of the loose ball. It was Sarah Wilson's header that caused the issues. Briggs sends it long into the box, gathered by Demi Lambourne. Lambourne sends it long out of her hands. Novak with a touch. Heppel plays it forward. The loose ball picked up by Emily Scarr here. McAteer. Ball played down the line, and Johns gets to it first, but it's well defended by Amy Goddard. foul is given. Well, Sunderland taking their time in taking the free kick. And a yellow card, I think, was shown to Jesse Stapleton for time wasting there. They have the lead, but seems very early in this second half to start eating time out of the clock. And there's a yellow card for Jesse Stapleton. 4th of the campaign already for the youngster on loan from West Ham. Played towards the edge of the area. It's going to be another free kick. And a yellow card. This time shown to Sarah Wilson. And this is in a very decent position. There's confirmation that the Durham captain is in the book. So a 4-player wall. And it's something off the training ground as it was played low by Kitchen to the edge of the box and it didn't pay off. It was in a shooting position, particularly when you consider the swirling wind we have here this afternoon. Tried something off the training ground as it was slipped into Fenton and they made a real mess of it. Good work from Kitching. Final ball at the end of the dribble, though, didn't match the quality of her run. Briggs. Novak. Passes it straight out of play. Throw down the line. Flicked on by Scott. As well swept up by Sadicki. And Saunders taking no chances, forced to clear it straight out of play. Still plenty of time for Durham to turn this around as they try and preserve their undefeated home record. Real scramble in the corner. Eventually a Durham throw is given. And play has been stopped because there was a player down on the ground. This will be restarted with a drop ball. Not entirely sure why Jane Sims decided to blow her whistle there. You can hear Adam Furness doesn't quite agree with the referee, particularly as his team are under pressure, but Saunders did well to gather the high ball. It's headed back across the area by Dale, and Saunders did well to take it out of the sky. Saunders launches it long. Scar plays it forward. That will roll out for a Durham throw off the head of Goddard. And neither side have made a substitution yet. Just wonder how soon it will be before one of the two coaches decides to make a change. Free kick given against Kitching. Free kick is sent high into the box by Briggs, and it's gathered by Lambourne, the bouncing ball. Novak finally able to bring the ball under control. Here's Briggs. Now inside to Blake. Into the feet of Johns. Well, they've kept it alive here, Durham. This is a great run. Will the finish come? Touch off of Lambourne, the goalkeeper, and Sunderland scramble it clear. But Crothway was just able to glide into the penalty area. Only the final ball was lacking. This is a good bit of pressure though from the host. Heppel in the box. She goes down. It's cleared away by Stapleton. Salicki collects. Here's Briggs. Fired towards Johns, but there's too much on it, and Lambourne is able to gather. Had such big boots to fill, Demi Lambourne, after Claudia Moan's decision to move from Sunderland to Newcastle in the summer. Won the Championship Player of the Year award last season, Claudia Moan. Helped Sunderland in their push towards promotion. Lambourne, who was at Leicester a couple of seasons ago in the WSL, has found the gloves difficult to fill so far. It's not been the easiest of starts for her, but she's had a decent game so far this afternoon. That'll be a goal kick. Ronda's kick does find Briggs, but she's unable to bring it under control. Fenton. Dia aims it forward. Scar with the ball in, too close to the goalkeeper. Silicky. Wilson. Now Air. Forward to Crothwaite, and it's worked inside, and here is Heppel on the run. Being held up is Crothwaite. She's still got possession though, and somehow she managed to wriggle past three defenders, but again, she wasn't able to get the shot away cleanly, or the cross in, and Lambourne's able to gather. It's been such an impressive start to the campaign for Lily Crothwaite. Four goals in all competitions, 3 in the championship. Scored 3 important goals in a row against Birmingham, Charlton and Portsmouth all throughout September. The yellow card is shown to Grace Eady. I'm not sure why she's gone into the book. I can only think it must have been for distance free. Nice confirmation that Eady's been shown that yellow card. Here's Blake. Yeah, she was tugged back. Fouled by Jenna Deere. The free kick has too much on it from Beth Heppel. They are trying to eat down as many seconds as possible. Again, Lambourne wasn't urgent in picking the ball up. Out of play by Eleanor Dale. To the final 20 minutes, Sunderland with that slender 2-1 lead. Demi Scott finds McAteer into the feet of Scott. That was it. Good fair challenge by Crossthwaite, who comes away with the ball for Durham. And I think we're going to see a first substitution.
Substitution for Sunderland, replacing number 23, Janet Dia, is number 18, Olivia McGuinness.
McInnes, the first change, coming on to replace Jenna Deere.
And a double substitution for Durham, replacing number 10, Hannah Blake. Is number 6, Sarah Robson.
Hannah Blake is coming off. Sarah Robson coming on for Durham. And the second change is Kyla Novak. And it's Foster who Durham try to find an equaliser. I think that will be a bit of a change of shape as well for Durham, who from 4-3-3 I think might now be playing 4-4-2 top. So the two substitutions, Novak for Robson and Blake replaced by Foster for Durham. And the one change for Sunderland, Jenna Deere replaced by McInnes. Confirmation of the changes. Here's Lauren Briggs into the feet of Hairpull. Twisting and turning by Crothwaite, who is now in a more central position. Wilson, Silicki, Heppel. Scar makes the challenge. Ball down the line, cut out well by Silicki. All she can do though is clear it out for a throw. Mentioned that a victory would take Durham to the top of the standings for at least an hour or so, but for Sunderland it would be a big win. It would push them up towards the top half of the table. And Demi Lambourne is down injured. Not sure whether this is a pulled muscle or what, because it's gone down off the ball. Receiving some treatment. Of course, we see it so often with the current rules that goalkeepers will often go down, just so it allows the coaches to deliver a bit of a team talk midway through a half, and that might be the case here because it didn't look as if Demi Lambourne was struggling when she kicked the ball forward. But anyway, this stoppage does give an opportunity for Mel Ray, and Adam Furness to deliver some instructions to their teams. Lambourne is going to be okay. Dale was fouled. Well, this is in a decent area for Sunderland. Free kick, a right-footed one into the box. It's punched away by Saunders. Johns does well to hold it up. Got the pass to Lambert. Wilson. Sliding. Challenged by McInnes. Johns can't bring it under control, and well, the break could be on here. And I think Sarah Wilson spotted that. So, committed the foul. Rather cynical that, and Sarah Wilson was also already on a yellow card. A risky challenge for the captain to make. More changes. Megan Beer is off. And Corbyn is coming on to replace her. So she's lasted 78 minutes on her first start of the season, Megan Beer. Kicks sent into the box, and it was headed on target by Goddard. Just couldn't really generate the power on it to cause Saunders problems. Ten minutes to play in this River Wear derby. Sunderland heading for an important 3 points as it stands. Saunders launches it forward. It goes out off the head of Briggs. Shouts from Adam Furness to be brave and get on the ball to his Durham players. At the moment, it's Sunderland that are playing the better football. McAteer manages to find McInnes. Her cross into the box is a dangerous one. It's Silicki, who just about deals with it. Silicki again does well, but she has to concede the corner. Goddard up from the back. Corner is in. Headed away at the front post, only as far as Dale, whose volley was heading on target, but there was a huge crowd of players in between her and the goal. And Carey's okay. This time it'll be a goal kick. Well, 7 minutes for Durham to find an equaliser. Sent forward, here is Johns. Now Briggs. Bouncing about. John's able to get it down and bring it under control in the end. Foster moves it back to Saunders. Now Air. As it's aimed towards Johns, it's cleared away by Stapleton. Sunderland throw. They do have a good record against their neighbours, Durham, Sunderland. So make it 4 unbeaten. Let's see if you count the 90 minutes. Durham did come out on top in the League Cup after a penalty shootout. Ball is driven across, cleared away by Goddard. McAteer will just hold it up. It's her goal that is looking like it will be the winner. Durham free kick. Now the sun is well and truly out. If you'd have told anyone here that at the start of the first half, they wouldn't believe you because the weather was terrible. The free kick was a poor one. It was headed away by Dale. Here's Lambert being urged to get it forward. Instead, she plays it inside and she plays it straight to a red and white Here's Kitching. Oh, she's headed to the corner. Will be only a second win of the season for Sunderland if they can hold on. Another yellow card for kicking the ball away. McInnes into the book. Ball is launched towards Johns, who does flick it down, and Briggs was running in there, and Lambourne made a good save, but the offside flag was up anyway. Wouldn't have counted. Final substitutions being made. Eleanor Ryan Doyle. On to replace Grace Eyre. Foster launches the throw down the line towards Johns. Again, Goddard to wide, but she's done well to keep hold of possession. It's cleared away by McAteer from the edge of her own box. Wilson and Foster just about deal with it between them. Salicki plays it forward. Now here's Crossthwaite, and the foul given against Lily Crossthwaite. Foster not quite able to deal with it. Kitching got onto it. It was a good challenge from Wilson. Now played forward by Heppel. And it slid towards the run of Johns, but Lambourne was out at the edge of her area to sweep up well and gather the Sunderland goalkeeper. Alert to the danger. Well, the way that these three North East derbies in a row, if it stays like this, it will end a win apiece for all three clubs. Durham beating Newcastle, Newcastle beating Sunderland, Sunderland beating Durham. It's the way it looks as if it's going to end unless Durham can find an equaliser. And it's Mary McAteer's goal that looks to be the winner. She's being replaced. Watson on for the dying embers of this game. 6 added minutes. A minimum of 6 added minutes to be played at the end of the 90. We're already into those 6 minutes. Still time, though, for Durham to find an equaliser as they try and preserve their unbeaten record here this season. Robson was dispossessed, but it's won back. Here's Wilson. The ball really needs to go forward from a point of view. Crossthwaite was challenged, but it's a Durham throw. Here's Foster. Sends it into the area. It's headed away by Goddard. She's had a good game, Amy Goddard. Dealt with the threats of Carly Johns well. Oh, there's a yellow card for an incident off the ball. Shown to Ryan Doyle, the substitute. This is going to be a long throw. Throw launched into the box. Scrambled clear. Foster again with the long throw into Ryan Doyle. Anywhere will do for Sunderland. Lambert plays it out wide and Crothrow keep it in play. No rush in Sunderland taking this throw, and why would there be? McInnes finds Dale, who is heading to the corner. That'll be a Sunderland throw. Again, no rush from the visitors, who will just try and eat the clock down in the corner. Finally, Durham have possession, but it's at the wrong end of the pitch from their point of view. Here is Briggs. Sent down the line. Held up by Johns, worked inside to Heppel, who picks out Crossthwaite. Now the cross into the box, and it's cleared away by Goddard. Got an important touch on it, Amy Goddard. It is a corner, though. This could be the final chance. We're into the final minute have had a time. The corner is in. It's over the head of Lambourne, who came and got nowhere near it. It's a real scramble, and in the end, Wilson goes for something spectacular with the overhead kick. And well, it was a long way off target. She more just tried to put it back in towards the 6-yard box, but she placed it over the bar, and well, that could be about that. Lambourne asking for some treatment. Once this goal kick is taken, I expect the referee to blow her whistle. Sends it forward. And still we play on. Here's Lambert for Durham, driving into the box. It will be another corner. And one last opportunity. The corner is taken short, but there's a player down. Fenton helped back to her feet. Needs to be a good delivery, this, from a Durham point of view. This will be the last action, surely. We're way over the allotted 6 minutes. It's always a minimum, but yeah, ball is a good one into the box, and it was attacked by Robson, but she fails to find the target, and there is the full-time whistle. Durham's unbeaten run at Castle Sports Park comes to an end. They are beaten by their local rivals, Sunderland, with a victory thanks to Mary McAteer's second half goal. Hannah Blake gave Durham the lead. The equaliser came from the penalty spot from Eleanor Dale, but Mary McAteer grabbed the winner. And it's Sunderland who will celebrate. It finishes Durham 1, Sunderland 2. Let's take a look at the highlights.